Hello and welcome to episode 117 of Draft Offsides. I'm with Tico and Enzo. My name is Keith. Follow us at Draft Offsides. This is another week and the beginning of the Afcon era. Entering our Afcon era, guys. What are we thinking?
There's a bunch of players leaving, man. Diouf, Salah.
I mean, so many.
Pape Sarr, Ismail Sarr,
Mbeumo,
Mbeumo,
And
Diallo,
Everton. I mean, there's countless players that are leaving. Some more important than others.
Iwobi, yeah, big one right there. That means that Lukic is going to get some freaking time, mate.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of Afcon players you can just drop. Like anyone that was kind of borderline already, you can just get rid of it. Obviously,
I don't know,
you're not
man.
dropping Mbeumo, you're not dropping like some of the bigger guys. But
what about
Chukwueze? Chukwueze, I think you can keep maybe. He's kind of borderline because he's been playing well.
Mm-hmm.
But I dropped Diouf. I dropped him.
The problem with Chukwueze is Iwobi's going as also Chukwueze, which opens the door for Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
And fingers crossed for Kevin too, because I was borderline thinking of dropping Kevin, but now I'm like, hey, I have to hold on to him because this is when he's going to get a chance to shine.
Kevin, Lukic, they got chances to shine, and Harry's on form right now, so if he can carry the team, it's going to be fine.
Do you like Emile Smith-Rowe then too, potentially? Or do you think he's just so goal dependent?
He scored
really
again.
Difficult.
He's
been scoring. But the issue is that if he doesn't score, he creates virtually nothing. Yeah.
Well, doesn't do nothing.
Also, we saw Emile Smith-Rowe last year play a full year as get the opportunity and he didn't capitalize on it. So it's not like the first time.
He didn't even get a full opportunity, but because halfway through they just said you're not doing anything.
Yeah. Oh, things are also living too and die. So I wonder if Sergey's going to change his name or actually is going to ring more true because he misses it.
Yeah. Everton's actually very interesting because Ndai is leaving and then KDH pulled up with an injury at Everton at the Chelsea game, and then
hamstring.
Apparently, Grealish Moyes said that Grealish talked to him about his hamstrings, kind of him feeling his hamstrings too. That's that whole front three. So now we're talking like Dibbling, Alcaraz, and our boy Tico.
Barry.
You know what I'm talking about?
Barry.
So what are you saying again?
No, the last midfielder at Everton that everyone was so excited about, Dwight McNeil.
Oh, Dwight McNeil.
Right.
So there's a chance that neither obviously Ndai isn't starting. Obviously, very likely KDH isn't starting because of injury, and very possibly Grealish isn't starting. So there's a chance that it's a brand new front or midfield attacking three next week. Which I don't know if that's not necessarily a good thing, but they could play it, which is interesting.
Yeah, we'll see.
And also they're playing Arsenal, so it's going to be.
Yeah, so I mean, without giving you, I mean, Carlos, we'll talk a little about Carlos Alcaraz. I think he's probably the number one waiver ad this week, but yeah, knowing that it's Arsenal next it's not the best matchup by any means. All right, I think the biggest thing is we got to talk about Salah. I think last week where I was a big proponent of trying to get rid of him at any cost necessary, and it seems like after that he's kind of come back into the fold a little bit. Did you guys feel that way? He got some playing time.
He came off the bench, didn't he?
He didn't start. But there was an injury, so he came off the bench, and he played okay. Like I still don't think he looks great. It's still the same issues where he's kind of squandering chances that you got really used to seeing him finish, and like kind of forcing stuff.
Now he's going to Afcon, so
now he's going to Afcon. He also did after the game he walked around the stadium and like clapped every corner. Which a lot of players do when they're leaving. You know what I mean? That's. But like to Rafa, who's one of our league's point, the bookies have him 6-1 to leave. So that's not like these great odds. Yeah.
It'd be interesting to see like how Liverpool are in this month or so without Salah, because obviously you want to see if the team's successful, if it's not successful, and at the same time, I'm sure it also depends how he looks at Afcon as well. So
Gakpo's injured too. Don't forget about that. So. It's another freaking. He's out for a few weeks.
I'm not concerned about Gakpo. I mean, I don't think
about Liverpool as a whole, how they're going to perform without. Don't get me wrong, Salah he's been existent. He's still performing, like fantasy wise. Am I right?
I mean, he's been fine. He's been
10 points or 9 points.
He's not sensational. I think it's more just the phases of play. Like he's still just the opportunities are still there, and he's just not finishing the way that he has in the past.
Well,
He doesn't just quite look as good.
He is averaging 11 points a game, and we talked so much about Salah. But remember early on in the year when Liverpool were scoring like in the last minute, a lot of those Salah good games came, Keith. You remember as well because you had him back then. Like,
last minute,
87 minute, they get a penalty. Like a last minute garbage time assist. Where like it still counts, but as far as like when you look at it with the eye test, it doesn't pass it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, okay. Here's an example. In our league, a trade went through this morning. And it was Salah for Gyokeres straight up.
So upset.
You're upset. You're upset because you were trying to rip the guy out that had Salah. You're trying to get him for even less.
False. I don't even know if he was thinking about trading Salah. I thought my trade package was better. I'd rather have Sesko.
Can you say
You'd rather have Sesko than Gyokeres? I don't
Yes.
think I don't think you're in your right mind to think that.
I believe Sesko still has room to grow, whereas I think Gyokeres.
So you think?
I mean, obviously, like no one knows this to predict the fucking future, but I'll be willing to put up a little wager who'll have a better year from January until the end of the year.
January, no, starting this weekend. I don't want to do January.
Well, no, because Sesko just got back from injury. He's not even. I don't even know if he's going to start.
That's still part. He's played today.
If you want to make the bet, we'd have to make the bet starting this weekend.
I'm not even willing into making a bet.
You just suggested it.
No fucking cojones. No cojones.
You can make a bet. Gyokeres, that guy sucks. I'll make a bet.
Okay. Me and you. And Enzo. Okay.
No, I don't want Enzo in this.
Okay, put it on the board, Sergey. Put it on the board. Who has a better rest of the season? Okay, so the odds are looking better that Salah's going to be back. I'm still not 100% sure. I think it's going to be up in the air. And I think to Tico's point, it is really dependent on how Liverpool looks. It's really dependent on what happens with Salah. You have to remember too that Salah's historically been a lot worse after he's come back from Afcon. And if he's been good, but he hasn't been great to the levels that we've been expecting this year already. So
because when is the Afcon final game? Like the championship game.
I think if a team makes it to the final, I think they can miss up to 6 games.
So and also like usually when they come back, they have like a week off or 2 weeks. So you're looking potentially like 6 to 8 missing 6 to 8 games. So the final is January 18. I think it's obviously they're not going to sell in the beginning of January. I think they'll wait until after Afcon. Because
nothing's gonna happen until after Afcon. Even if they make a deal beforehand, nothing will be announced until after Afcon. Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum. I didn't hate the trade for Gyokeres. I think it's more someone who took like the guy who traded for Salah is at first in our league by a little bit. So I think he felt like he could afford to make that risk. And the guy who traded for Gyokeres is not doing well, and so he felt like he needed something now. It was needed to make a risk. So I thought as far as trades go,
I thought it was fair.
Yeah, it's like just judging the risks of what's going on. I understood it.
Did you guys think? Because he counter offered me for Florian Wirtz, and I declined that. I thought that was a good.
I would rather have Wirtz. I'd rather Wirtz. Yeah, for sure. I actually tried in our main league. I tried to offer Eze for Wirtz. What do you think about that?
That was a no-go.
Never responded. Who would you rather have?
Wirtz
or Eze? I think I just
because Wirtz has been playing a little bit more in the last couple games.
That's where I'm with it too. I feel like I like Wirtz more than Eze rest of the season just for guaranteed minutes.
Mm-hmm. And also Wirtz seems like fantasy-wise turning a corner the last 3 games.
Exactly. Where Eze he had that amazing 42-point game a few weeks ago, and then since then it's been pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, thanks.
At least.
I'll take Eze off your hands.
Of course you
will. Yeah, please. Make me an offer I can't refuse.
Tielemans.
I think I can refuse that one. All right. Let's move on a little bit. Talk about Harry Wilson and Fulham.
Fulham.
But Tico's pissed because he played against him in both leagues. Is that the
long short
of it?
One of them wasn't close. The other one was against Enzo, and it was the early game too. So it's 33.75 points he had, 1 goal, 2 assists. Such a huge hole to dig yourself out of. But luckily, my boy Diallo came through. But yeah, man, he's been on fire.
It's funny because I think we talked about it a few times prior to this, and it's always been like, oh, like if he can pull it all together, like he'd be a great asset. And then he kind of did it. He kind of did the best case scenario for him, but we all knew he was kind of capable of it.
His left foot is fucking magical when he wants it to be.
Yeah, when he hits it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where does he kind of? I think with the Fulham players leaving too, I think that also adds to his value.
Yeah.
Even if he does like dip for like a game or two, it's not like he's gonna get benched because they kind of need him.
Who's gonna what could you get for Wilson?
That's a really good question. I think well, when you look at where he is in like points per start right now, he's sitting right around like Kevin Schade, at right around 9. So he has 9 points per start right now. And
But if you go on current,
no, it's going to be more
5,
now. It's going to be more because this is based on from before. This is before this weekend. So he's probably sitting close to like probably 10, 11, 12 points per start. Like it's just tougher because it's not as like it's just because a player like sometimes you got to be mindful like is this guy just in good form right now and he's gonna just revert to the mean, or is this like the new normal? You know, and that's where you have to take your bets. And is that a guy you want to take a bet on?
And also, the team he plays for has never been like something amazing, and he doesn't have that sexy name. He's been in the league for a while, and he's never had like consistent run of like being a very good fantasy player. And also, like Harry Wilson, just sounds so like blah, just a name.
Sounds so Scottish. Or what is he? I don't even know what is he?
Welsh.
It sounds so Welsh. So, I mean, if like obviously you were never going to trade Mohamed Salah for Harry Wilson, but would you have traded like
Eze?
No, I think I'd rather bang on Eze.
Really?
I just think that I think I can get man, that's tough. I mean, if Harry Wilson can, I think that here's the thing: if Harry Wilson continues like this, of course you take Harry Wilson over Eze. I'm just saying that the likelihood of him maintaining this form rest of the season is lower. Like I think that it just really depends on if you think that he can sustain this.
I mean, who would you rather have, Harry Wilson or Granit Xhaka?
That was a name I actually just had. I think that's a really good example of like I think that's a really good kind of comp, and I think I would probably go. Give me Harry Wilson. Plays higher up the pitch more consistently, both on set pieces a decent amount, but I think Harry Wilson is a little bit closer to goal, and so going to have a little bit more like of the scoring opportunities, like point scoring opportunities. What do you think, Tico?
I like the fact that Xhaka is producing on a team that's not necessarily like has elite players, and they do it So I think I like that consistency more. And Fulham has been known to have a rotation as well. So if he has a couple of bad games, is he gonna fall off the rotation? So for the consistency wise, I think Xhaka is better, but obviously Harry Wilson has the upside of having those like monster games over Xhaka, I think.
Yeah. Enzo, deciding factor, who would you choose between the two?
Like Wilson.
Because I beat him. He's mad at me.
No, I would hope that he wouldn't just say what just to make you mad. I hope you would be honest.
I'm going with you say consistency, but you said also the upside, and he's no Wobie, no Chukwueze, so now he's gonna have to take a little bit more, and it's like it could either go one way or the other. He could step up to the plate and keep doing what he's doing, which he has been consistently the last 5 games, where he's been getting goal contributions.
It's so goal heavy. The more I think about this, the more I'm kind of on the fence, because when you look at like Granit Xhaka as of the 5th of December, so prior to this week, 10 days ago, he was averaging 10.4 points per start, but his ghost points per start were 8.4. So he was only averaging 2 points less. I venture to guess that Harry Wilson's is significantly lower.
Let's see. Probably like 6, 5.
Wilson's more of a gamble pick if you like to gamble. Volatile.
That's a great way to put it. Very like high floor, high ceiling, like low ceiling, high floor.
No, that's a great point. Let's say it's Monday and you're down by like 12 points. You rather play Wilson than Xhaka.
Yeah.
But if you're down like 8 points, I'll play Xhaka.
So it's all about I get it. I would maybe say like I'd probably put the line at like 10, 15 points.
Okay. Yeah. 14 and a half. 14 and a half.
14 and a half. Okay, I like that. Just to kind of dot the I's and circle the T's here. Wilson, as of 10 days ago, was averaging 9, so it's probably significantly higher, probably closer to 12. But his ghost points per start was 5. So you're definitely taking a little bit of an L. But that's also the whole season so far. And what we're really looking at from Wilson is the body of work from the last 5 games. And just being like, is this sustainable? All right. Next one, Aston Villa. Keep winning. I think they've won 9 of their last 10 games in all comps. Surprisingly, their XG is still incredibly low. So I think they had 0.6 XG this game, and they scored 3 goals. So, like, at some point, you just got to go like they do it, but when you look at underlying numbers, it's definitely hard to be like, these are the guys, you know, like these are like I trust these guys, like, you know, to do their thing.
You trust Cash.
Just Cash to score is what you're saying.
Yeah, like because he's their top scorer. Like he's the one being probably the most consistent.
Is he still their top scorer?
As you see.
Well, Rodgers scored this weekend, right? He scored 1 or 2.
Scored 2.
It's still Cash. Rodgers is only 5 points behind, so Rodgers is like creeping up.
Yeah, Rodgers is definitely creeping up. I mean, when you think about who the most valuable fantasy asset on the team is, you don't think of it as Matty Cash.
No,
you think of it as Morgan Rodgers, probably. Rodgers, kind of surprising people, just given that we were kind of a little leery of him at the beginning of the season, but he's actually kind of proving to be like playing a little bit better than his ADP. Is kind of right now he's ranked 16th overall total points. But yeah, let's see if they can sustain. I think that's the concern. It's amazing the drop off of Ollie Watkins. I kept telling myself that he was gonna figure it out, and I literally I tried trading for him a few times, and I'm kind of grateful it didn't work out because he's just, other than that one monster game, he's really struggled.
2 years since that big season.
But even last year, like it was obviously underwhelming. It's like the same way that we talk about Salah, where it's like it was still fine. Like last year, he still had a fine season, but this year it's like not fine. It's like we're talking, you know.
I don't think he's even made it into the England squad.
No, and I mean he's the 20th ranked forward overall. Like some of the guys around him in that place, you vomit thinking about, like as far as like, you know.
The interesting thing about Villa, guess who's their leading goal scorer?
If I had to guess, I would say, I don't know.
Not Buendia.
Who is it, Tico?
Buendia is tied for second with Malen at 4. Number 1 is Morgan Rodgers. But the crazy thing is it's only 5 goals. So it's not like they're scoring a shitload of goals in. And I'm trying to figure out if, like, from all the teams, whoever has the most goals this year, if Rodgers is the lowest total from everyone. No, he's not.
Probably not. I bet you it's probably someone at Leeds or
Wolves.
It has to be Wolves.
Yeah.
But that's a good point. I mean, considering that they're in 3rd place and that's where the goals are, I think that's why a lot of pundits are having a hard time taking him seriously as like a title contender. Well, they're kind of struggling in that sense.
Also, Arsenal has a bunch of players that have 4 goals. No one has more than 4 goals at Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I can't put it in. But yeah, Villa were so wrong about it to start off with because they got off to a rocky start, which kind of makes you like wonder, like Martinez, their goalkeeper, who was not playing, his situation was up in the air. He was supposed to be on his way out. And he does look like their like emotional leader on the field as well. And obviously everything starts from the back. It kind of coincided him coming back and the team kind of going on this run.
Well, he didn't play today.
He didn't play this week.
He had back problems.
But in general, I would agree, Tico.
Yeah, but I'm just saying where the season kind of turned over. Yeah. And they're 3rd place with only 3 points behind Arsenal and 1 point behind City. So they're right in there for the contention of it. And if they have a good transfer window, if they get in a striker,
they bring Duran back.
What's their I'm gonna look at what their goal difference is. It's amazing though because their goal difference is +8. Not the best, not the worst though. But I mean, you look at Man City's, it's +22. You look at Arsenal's, it's +20. 4th place Chelsea 12, but then Palace is only +5. United is only +4. They're in 6th. Liverpool +2. So it's not like out of this world bad. But yeah, I just think that I think it's they're just not letting in a lot. You know, they've let in 17 goals.
How many's Arsenal let in?
10 now.
10.
They've been letting. They're like players still like I think their defenders still play pretty well.
They were still playing. They were just playing against a robot, a goal scoring fucking.
Like there's
machine.
not much you can do. It's kind of what you're saying.
And an informed Foden. There's not much you could do. They just couldn't put the ball in the back of the fucking net. What did Donnarumma score in that game? Because minus the clean sheet points, because I think he got peppered. He just couldn't score.
Yeremy Pino hit the bar. Yeremy Pino actually had a pretty good game. I think he scored 14.5. So yeah, so on
15.75. He had 4 saves.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all, man.
Yeah. It's the best game thus far. Do we like him? Is he a good goalkeeper?
I think he's good.
Is he a hype goalkeeper like how Casillas was? Yeah, I think so.
I think that as when it comes to like fantasy metrics, he's a good goalkeeper because it's like fantasy metrics doesn't care as much about like distribution on the back and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like for City, like because they've kind of changed what they want to do. He's fine. You know, he's fine because they're looking for less of that like a quick pass out of the back type situation. But yeah, I think he's good. I think the biggest slight against him is if there's always going to be chances of City that he's not going to get a ton of like he's not going to be that busy. Like this game he was, but that's not always going to be the case.
Dude, they're only 2 points behind Arsenal. That's crazy.
Earlier in the year, this team is not an EPL winning side.
I remember you saying that. Me and Enzo absolutely shut you down immediately.
Yeah. Pep, one of the greatest managers ever.
For world football.
I'm trying to pull this up. So yeah, Donnarumma, Erling Haaland up to 25 points. Mateus Nunes, 20 points. He had a nice assist as well.
Yeah, he did.
You know what's been really interesting with City this year is that there's been significantly less rotation. So it was, in the past, it was like the back line and the front line were rotating quite a bit. But this year, like the back line's been pretty stable. Like Nunes has played almost every game, you know?
Well, because they had Ake, Akanji, like Diaz was always injured. There was the other one who was in and out of the lineup. So I feel like this year, not just the back line, I feel like even the midfield and the striker has been more consistent than the years of the past. And the one person I want to shout is Brian Shirky. It seems like when he plays, he puts up points.
Love to see it. Yeah, I mean Nico O'Reilly. There's been a bunch of players that are kind of delivering on that in that sense. Talk about Palace real quick. Like Yermi Pino finally rostered above 50% of leagues, you know, for the first time in a while. But he's quietly been having a very good little rise recently. 2 games, double digits. This last one is 14.5 all ghost. I think if he's available in leagues, you should definitely be looking at him. Yeah. Anything else on that front?
Palace are losing Ismail Sarr for Afcon. Just
yeah, losing Ismail Sarr. So I think that probably leaves Nketiah as something interesting then.
Maybe.
Potentially.
Or
I think
maybe
Kamada
it's
can
time
play
for
high up.
Uche to shine.
Uche. Forgot about Uche.
Yeah, he scored
Wait,
midweek, I think.
Is he
too.
not going into Afcon?
No, he's not.
All right. What about are we anything else here? Oh, I guess we're gonna talk about Munez and his knee injury,
And Doku.
right? Because
Yeah,
Doku they announced right before.
It was very vague though. It's just a leg. They said a leg injury.
Yeah, I'm not super worried about Doku yet. You know, what does it say exactly?
He just says leg injury.
Pulling it up right now.
I think that's the type of thing where you're not worried about it. Maybe if he doesn't play again and they're still vague about it this coming week, then you're worried. But until now, just you should probably anticipate that he's probably going to start.
And Munez, you should be worried for sure though. So
well, Munez, I think it's really fixed. So they're doing a surgery. He's going to be out for like a month, right, Tico?
4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks. So a month and a half. And then you really just got to hope that it doesn't turn into a situation because there's a knee.
Dwight McNeil.
Knees are just. Yeah, I mean Dwight McNeil. Talk about the Tottenham striker Solanke. What about who else is it? Who's the other one? Oh, we've been talking
Kulusevski.
about. Yeah, I mean all these guys are. Yeah, there's just a bunch. I think the knee is just one of the hardest things to really guess on.
Knee or ankle.
Yeah, just estimate. Any of those joints are just very difficult. All right. Anything else there? I mean, Munez, you're holding on to. There's not really any question there though. Yeah. Okay. We got to talk about Tottenham collapsing. The odd thing I have to say though, Enzo, is that like removed from real life, but when you look at fantasy, like Xavi Simons had 8.5 points, which for him you're not mad at.
Yeah.
Grano Koulibaly had 10.25 points, you're not mad at. Mohamed Kudus had 8 points, you're okay with. Like, I don't know if it means anything, but I'm just saying that there's actually some points coming from the attacking lines, even if there wasn't the performance wasn't great.
Congrats.
Performance is horrible. Absolutely horrible. I looked, no idea what to do with the ball in the third. Kudus got shut down. There was 3 guys on Kudus every time I got the ball.
I think they've kind of figured out that if you lock down Kudus, then that's really hard. Like nothing else is really happening for Tottenham, huh?
Richarlison has cement in his shoes.
Solanke can't come back soon enough. Is that the idea?
That's it. He can't come back soon enough. Kulusevski can't come back soon enough. Give me some fucking options.
I like to think that Ange had such a big impact at Forest, and he trained them for this revenge game against Tottenham, and they want this game for Big Ange.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I like to think.
God.
What where are we at though in terms of like Xavi Simons? I think we're still holding on to. I think he had a 22 point game.
I'm holding on to him now.
And now
he's had a few good games. He scored in Champions League. Like he's
So-
consistent.
so
I think.
we're back into holding.
Colo looks like he looks better on that left than anyone else we had over there at that time. I feel bad for Brennan Johnson, who actually had a good start to the season, just got shit on as soon as we got the trades in. I like the midfield, just can't get it right. I think Bergval's really good, but he's just so young. Archie Gray looks like a kid when he's out there, perfectly honest.
He has
And
his
he's a-
moments, but yeah, I think there's a little naivety in moment times as well.
Yeah. So I think Frank's still trying to figure out what his best freaking team is, and I don't think he can figure it out at the moment. So
Not Tottenham.
I mean, it's one of those things that's so funny because Tottenham, when you look at them in the table, they're not that bad. You know, they're a few points
No.
off, like kind of they're right in the pack. But like as far as fantasy assets go, there's just not that much
no,
there.
nope.
You know,
That's the
Kudus,
interesting.
Poro. Go ahead.
That's the interesting thing with Tottenham. If you look at on the table, the teams around them, Tottenham sitting at 11. Like Brighton has fantasy pieces. Obviously, Newcastle has a lot of good ones. Bournemouth, Fulham, Everton. But Tottenham, besides Kudus, who do you feel comfortable like plugging into your lineup on a weekly basis?
I mean, you do Poro just because you have to, but you're probably not that excited about it because where you
Mhm.
drafted him for what he's delivering is probably not
Yeah.
quite good enough. You know.
I would
But-
not even do Poro. They're not. He's only valuable if they create chances. They're not creating
Yeah.
chances.
So
I mean,
They're
at the end of the day, you're still gonna play Poro because he's better than like guys on waivers. But where you drafted him, he's hurting you.
He's
You know what I
hurting you a
mean?
lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's shooting you according to where you drafted him for sure.
I
Yeah, I
started
know- I
him over
know-
Mukalele this week, thinking that he was going to do better, and Mukalele scored, I think, 12.5 in a lot.
Yeah, that seems crazy. I was actually looking at like ghost points per start and like the top players, and Mukalele's up there as one of the best ghost point players. You know, not like top 5 or top 10, but like top 25 ghost point players in the league. So
Can you look at
For what it's
like did you see Theo, the fucking centre back for Newcastle?
Fia, yeah, he's
Yeah.
really high up there as well. I saw him up
Fucking-
there as well.
They lost 1-0. He had 8 headers or some shit.
Yeah,
Gone
yeah,
like
21
6
clearances.
Fucking-
11
Malik
aerials
Salah.
won. 11 aerials
ghost points
won.
per start 9.1,
Wow.
which is quite good. I mean,
that was
defenders
another guy
are
that fucked me this week.
38th.
Tigo.
Malik Salah ranked 38th in ghost points per start over everyone. So pretty good.
Dude, at 21 clearances, this motherfucker's panicking. Every time he gets the ball, he just kicks it out.
I don't think it's
I'm
panic.
just saying.
One in doubt,
think
whack
he's-
it out.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
it's
saying.
the age-old rule, the classic. You
Love
learned
that
that
rule.
in second grade.
I'm in doubt a lot when I'm in defense. Fuck yeah.
Okay, moving on. Arsenal win, but do not score. They had a 2-1 win where the other team scored all 3 goals.
Yep.
Wolves scored all 3 goals and lost.
What did Sergey say? That's the next level of Arsenal, Arteta managing.
Oh,
It's-
terrible. Yeah, huh?
The next meta.
Yeah,
You-
the other team scores for you.
I have to tell you a funny story. When I opened our podcasting software today, had a year in recap, and it said our most common, or the word we said the most of the year, and it shows all these clips of us saying it over and over and over again. The word was Arsenal. That was our most said word
Ugh.
of 2025. Sergio, I feel you could find some joy in that.
We got to stop that.
I know.
Does it break down of how much of it was positive and how much was
It
negative?
does not break it down. And I think that if we did that would change that perspective quite a bit.
I saw an interview of Arteta, who I think all of us are fed up with. I don't know how old it is. It shows one of those pictures, where you could see a rabbit or a duck.
Yeah.
So he asked,
Yeah, a Rorschach test, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
he does that. So some of them say it's a rabbit, some say it's a duck. He says, my goal is to make sure everyone on the team sees this as a duck, and then we're ready to win it all. This guy,
Look,
seems like he's
say what you
a,
want about his tactics, but this man, he changed the culture of that team. This team
No, he
is
did.
different team because
No,
of
he's-
it.
no,
he's
look,
good.
he did.
That's the type of coach every team is looking for. Chelsea,
I
Tottenham,
don't think it's the type of coach
Man U.
every team's looking for.
I think they're looking for a coach that's willing to win, able to win trophies.
No,
I think,
actually,
I
someone
think
to
here's
change
my
their
issue.
culture. Someone to
Here's
change
my
their
issue.
culture.
Okay, have you guys ever played a video game and you're like, oh, I really like this game, and you get really into it, and then and it's like a like a PvP, like Call of Duty or something, okay? And then when you really start to play it, you're like, man, like these guys are way better than me, and you start to like watch like streamers and stuff, and you realize that they're doing all these things that like aren't really in the spirit of the game, but they're these little hacks to like be like slightly better, do this, like and I feel like Arsenal are just like doing all these little like weird hacks that are like hacking the system just to win. Yeah, you know what I mean? Or just like the way they play, it's just kind of like this thing where they're like it's winning.
But that's part of the
it's
game.
fine.
You're supposed to get better at that.
I mean, that's totally fine. I'm not saying that that's like a bad thing. I'm just saying that it's just like it's kind of like it's like a okay, like you deserve to win. Like I'm not going to argue with you that you deserve to win, but it's kind of lame.
So you want them to win a certain way, and if they don't win it that way, then no, I'm just saying that's why I said want. That's why I said want. I didn't say we want.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're clear.
But
you haven't even made a final since that FA Cup final.
So here's my argument: is changing the culture. What was the culture beforehand? Like what was the culture like?
Well, I think historically, like under Wenger and stuff, Arsenal was known for having a really good academy and bringing in like fostering youth and bringing up these really exciting players. That was historically.
I don't know if they had a really good academy. They bought a lot of young players from like other.
Countries they bought a lot of young players. Okay, yeah, but when then Wenger would like kind of like build them up. But then when he left, they were they were adrift for a number of years. And I think with Arteta, they've started to develop a culture that's very based around
I agree.
sturdiness.
Well, Arsenal looks better. Like I've said, they look good as a team. They're very structured. They know, like the way they play defense, the way they run back on defense the effort is there. But I think
it's not even that. It's just we used to be called soft, right? We're bullies right now. Like we took that name out of Arsenal.
Where did you get bullied from?
I saw Haaland throw a ball at Gabriel's head and no one did anything. Not even Gabriel.
Because he was happy. He was happy they tied. That's why.
I also think you guys you're like bullies, but when you go up against other bullies, you kind of looked weak. Like when you went up against Sunderland, you looked a little bit soft. Like Dan Ballard,
they're front runners, and also
they're true bullies in the fact that when they fight another guy that's actually just as tough as them, they can't really cope.
You know, in the race where there's that one guy in long distance that sets the pace and then just slows down, lets everyone go around him once he's set the pace.
and it's also like Arteta, he's been there for how many years now? 7 years? Like
6 years.
If Emery was given the longevity and he was given the resources, he might have done the same thing that Arteta is. He's doing more with less
at
Aston Villa.
What did he do? He had that at PSG. What did he do?
You know what though? Okay, we're getting a little too like general with our conversation, but I think Emery maybe the setup at Villa is better for Emery. I think so much of it isn't just like it's not just like horses for courses. Like sometimes like a club like Villa is more suited for a coach like Emery, and like Arsenal needed like a Arteta, former player, tactically smart. Like I think it's things just work in the right situations. I do want to talk about from a fantasy standpoint. Okay. I want to talk about from a fantasy standpoint. Bukayo Saka, 28.5 points. Tico, we had a conversation about him a few weeks ago where you were saying he was a little underwhelming. Are you kind of feeling better now?
Feeling better. He's put in a string of like double digit and like high double digit scoring games. But the goals and the assists haven't been there this year. And obviously last year was injury-riddled season, and the year before he finished with 16 goals and 9 assists, which is almost a double-double, which is huge. So that wasn't there, and I think he's kind of, the more the year goes on, the stronger he gets, which you can't say a lot about a lot of players, but Saka is one of those. And now he's climbing his way up. He's ranked 6th overall with missing some time. So
I think he's ranked 4th overall. Oh, you're at 6th overall, 4th mid. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, that's like amazing, actually. I think he's going to finish the season. He could finish if Holland stops scoring at the rate that he's scoring and like just scores at like above average rate as opposed to a superhuman rate. You know what I mean? Then
if he only scores a goal every game,
Saka's gonna finish as the number one.
You think he'll close the gap? He's 90 points behind, man. But
we still have so much season left to go, and Saka missed
there's a lot of season left to go.
Saka missed like 6 games.
But it's
Haaland's still having like one of the worst seasons of his career, and he's putting up numbers.
I want to talk about something else too. So Tico, you brought up the fact that only like a bunch of players are on 4 goals for Arsenal. And that's it. So Saka in this game, he had 2 assists. He scored 28.5 points. The next high scoring player was 13.75, and that's Pure Hincapi, who is just over 50% owned, 13% increase in the last week. But I think that the defense is still where it's at, from an Arsenal standpoint.
Well,
and
they're not able to score goals.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, from a fantasy standpoint, I still think obviously the news came out with that Gabriel is going to not be ready until the beginning of maybe the second week of January. But
is White out still?
Saliba, what?
White still out? Or did he
White
play?
got injured.
He got hurt again. He came back, got hurt. Piece of shit.
Piece of shit. Wow.
Piece of shit.
I had it. But I mean, I'm looking at the table. We're saying Arsenal don't score a lot of goals, but they have tied for the second most goals.
No, yeah, I don't think that's really. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
But I think it's not coming from the attacking players a lot, from the players you'd expect.
Well, it's from set pieces. Yeah.
Yeah, and also they have the same amount of goals as Manchester United, which is sad. Man, United's scoring goals, huh?
United's actually playing well.
They're playing well. They've actually
going into this weekend, United and Chelsea were on the same amount of points. You know what I mean? But the narratives are very different between the two of them.
Dude, Amarin's got to be really happy by the way they're playing right now. It's it's finally clicked.
But
the efforts there.
Elements of it.
But elements of it that sucks, man. You get rolling, you're starting to look well, and you're losing 2 of your top 5 players to Afcon.
And then I actually felt like Mason Mount has been not bad. I feel like you have Sesko coming back, or coming back healthy. Xerxes scored a few goals in the last little bit, so there's a potential there.
There's hope.
There's hope.
One thing there's no hope.
I think missing Mbeumo is a huge loss. And you saw Diallo the last few weeks, he's been huge. Actually, I kind of agree with you. Actually,
I lost respect for Diallo today when he started doing the samba dance with Cunha. I'm sorry, that was just embarrassing and terrible. Did you see him? Fucking horrible. No.
Do you guys have any thoughts? I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any thoughts about Cunha in general?
Well, so this is going to be an interesting time for Manchester United, and I think this is where we're playing the guessing game. Obviously, they're going to be missing 2 starters. Mazraoui is going to be out to Afcon as well. He's not a regular, but he's in the rotation. So if you could pick up the right players that are going to replace them, I think Mount will have a big role. And obviously, Cunha, I think this is Cunha's chance to step up.
I mean, Cunha scored 19 and then 25 points the last 2 games. So he was, even before this, he was kind of stepping up,
Yeah, but his connection though with Mbeumo's got a lot better. The connection they have. So losing Mbeumo actually could hurt him.
I just feel like with Cunha that I didn't even feel like he's been particularly playing bad. It was just that his scores weren't the best. So I feel like if that I think any United fan would be like, oh no, we love Cunha. Cunha's been great. Even if you look at his stats, they're not at the level that you're hoping for. Am I right, Tico?
He has been amazing, but whereas last year with the Wolves, when he got the ball towards the attacking half, he kind of kept the ball and he was the one kind of finishing the attacks. Now those attacks finish with Mbeumo more often than not. So he passes and he makes the run. So he's played amazing. He's been very involved in the build-up, just doesn't translate. And I know United has been the huge talk of fantasy because which players are going to hit. Right now, you have 3 top 20 players from Mbeumo, Diallo, and Bruno Fernandes, who's ranked second overall right now.
Oh, he's second.
Yeah. So those 3 players are in the top 20, and Cunha's climbing up. And I think the players that are going to fantasy-wise take advantage of Afcon is Cunha, Mount, and I think this is Sesko's opportunity as well because he's going to be in the box a lot more to finish off those chances. And if he doesn't, Xerxes also, obviously, I think they're going to share striking minutes with Xerxes.
Do you remember the beginning of the year when we were doing draft boards and stuff? We're there's no way that this is sustainable to have this many United players in the top 20.
Yeah.
All those guys are kind of there.
Yeah.
I mean, Cunha hasn't been, but you wouldn't bet against him getting there or being there rest of the season, So,
yeah.
And we also thought Bruno was going to beat the lowest one drop because he would probably play more the 6 more. But
yeah, I thought that way. But he's been amazing. He scored 39 against Wolves, 31.75 today. I mean, he's doing it with goals, assists, key passes. I mean, he's just doing it all across the board.
Points per game, this is his best year so far since his 3rd best year. The best in the last 5 years. He has 7 assists already. His career high in the EPL is 12. So he's more than halfway there.
Yeah, he's on track right now to beat it.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yep.
Wow. Pretty impressive.
With that attack, they should score 2-3 goals a game easy.
Who needs defense?
I think that's what they're going for. Just score more points.
I mean, they're also getting healthier as well. Like their defense should be getting healthier. They should be getting Euro back. Maguire should be coming back.
Euro came back, didn't he?
I thought Bournemouth looked pretty good this game too, though. Evan Nielsen got a goal. Semenyo had a goal. I thought it was a pretty solid game overall.
Having a goal.
Like, yeah, I thought it was very deserved. Like, I thought a draw was a very deserved result here.
It was a good game, man.
Yeah,
from the looks of it,
man.
Yeah, it was fun.
Semenyo, he had a drought of 7 games without a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah. I sent a trade to Sergey, hoping to capitalize on that, but he didn't bite. I offered him. What did I offer? I offered you Voltemad and Eze for Semenyo.
Voltemad scored this weekend.
He said, we didn't talk about that. Yeah, Voltemad had an own goal in the derby. That game was kind of underwhelming though, just from obviously if you like the energy was great, whatever the fans, but if you take this from a strictly footballing standpoint, that wasn't a very interesting game.
It was a grinding frigging derby, is what it was. You know that Sunderland have been unbeaten against Newcastle in 10 games that they played against.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And they just tied the wins 54 each.
Do you know that the last time they played each other, a fan got arrested for punching a horse?
No.
Not really funny. Last year they played in like the FA Cup, and I think it was a Sunderland fan got arrested for punching a horse, or maybe it was a Newcastle fan. I don't know. One of the fans got arrested.
You guys know about Sunderland having like the huge Mexican support?
No, why's that?
I guess I was talking to one of my coworkers today. He said, I guess randomly, like this Mexican football community went on Reddit and they decided to support this random ass team, and they picked Sunderland.
That's cool. I like
the gente. Or
a couple just notes. Szoboszlai left the field with an injury. I think that's a huge deal for Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a serious injury?
There's an ankle injury.
Mm-hmm.
And Dom, it was his ankle. It didn't look great when I just saw him, but he has unbelievable mentality. So let's hope for the best. That's not you don't love that quote from
it's got a great.
I think that was staged to get Salah on the field.
I don't know if I have Szoboszlai, I would anticipate not having him for a few weeks. So that's an insane conspiracy theory. So yeah, I'm kind of here for it, because I love a good conspiracy theory.
So obviously I like moderating Szoboszlai because he should have be mine. I fucking made the dumb trade, but then I put a waiver claim for Gravenberch. I lost to the waiver claim to fucking Tom, which kind of added
injury to insult.
Yeah,
yeah, that is funny because he has Szoboszlai. He traded him for Szoboszlai. Okay, Gakpo's out for a few weeks as well. So Szoboszlai's out, Gakpo's out. We talked about Grealish and his hamstring issues. Big Dan Burn fractured rib, out for up to 6 weeks.
That's a big rib.
Big rib.
That's also I think that benefits like everyone. I think that benefits Lewis Hall because that now
Livermento.
Dan Burn was like the backup. Yeah, Livermento a little bit. Malik Tiao. I think that benefits him as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting.
6 weeks seems long, man. I feel like people play like NFL. It's a fractured rib every like week, and they play through it.
They got pads on though, don't they?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I can't speak to it.
Yeah, but
much. The impact. Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, okay, let's go through waivers now. You guys ready? All right. First one I have on here is Carlos Alcaraz, 27% owned, Everton mid. He's been the first guy off the bench, and with the KDH injury and with Ndai going to Afcon, like we talked about earlier, I think he's locked in to start a lot of games. Who else starts alongside him will be a big question mark. We talked about that earlier. Like if it's Dibbling, if it's McNeil, if Grealish is able to play. But I think Alcaraz is the sure thing. And then if you're looking at like taking a punt, I like McNeil or Dibbling. I honestly think if you're gonna punt McNeil.
Mm-hmm. I wonder what he's owned at the moment.
I feel like nothing, like very small.
Nobody, right?
Maybe some because he was being drafted fairly high, and maybe people didn't drop him. But I feel like he's probably available in most leagues of anyone that's paying attention here.
He's on 28%.
I just think that Dibbling might start a few games, but like when I've watched Dibbling, he's looked fine. But like when McNeil gets on the pitch, he must always deliver his fantasy points. So if he gets an opportunity to get on the pitch and you have him, you're going to be super happy. But it's like one of those like gambles. It's not. I'm not saying like you must pick him up, but
It's like a
I think
two-play,
Kyler
Charlie
Saka is the
and
one.
McNeil.
Yeah. Next is Noah Okafor from Leeds, owned in 31% of leagues. Forward, had a solid game this week. I think he had about 10 points, and he just looked pretty good. Like he looked lively. He had a couple of two key passes, one shot on target. I just think that he's been scoring fairly well. Like it's like, you know, he has a bad game, but then he has a good game, and it's, you know, the forward field is so barren. Like he's the 22nd ranked forward, and he's ranked. He's only owned in 31% of leagues. So like think about that. So that means that, yeah, I mean that means that you really like the top 30 forwards should be owned, right?
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, if every team has maybe 3 forwards,
that's
so that
if they but that's if they have 3
know.
forwards. Like,
That's yeah, true. And you only have to start one.
Heavy.
But I'm just saying that like I think Okafor, there's like something to him. He looks decent. He's been getting a few more starts. So I don't know. Don't hate it. Okay, next two I have 2 Crystal Palace players. Nicolas Savagna. I really liked him. I picked him up, and then I picked him up against Everton, and then he scored out 1.75 points, and I dropped him, and then he played against Tottenham and scored 10.25 points. So for what it's worth, not bad. He's owned in 12% of leagues, but he's had a really consistent run of games recently. So I kind of like him as a fun like right back option. And then the other one I have is Omari Hutchinson from Forest. He's looked pretty good. Lively, scored 8.5 points this week after having a bad game last week, but then a really good game the week before. Mm-hmm. I think he's started like 3 or 4 games in a row now. And if Forest is going to kind of be a decent team, he's going to be a part of that. And I like him.
Well, they've lost a couple players to Afcon too. Sangare, the one that scored that banger against us, he's going away. I think there's one more on Forest that's going, if I remember correctly. So
they're losing the most players to Afcon. I think it's like 6. No, I think of those 6, I think 4 of them are pretty normal starters for them.
No, they're losing 2 players, Willy Bolly and Ibrahim Sangare.
They're losing more than that. They're losing like 6 players.
I'm literally on the page.
I know for a fact they're losing more players than that. I don't know what were you saying? What's the page?
ESPN. It says headline Afcon 2025. How many players from your Premier League team are going?
No, their ESPN is wrong.
Sunderland is the team with 6.
Oh, you're right. So I'm thinking Sunderland. My fault.
Validate, Tico. Validate.
Wait, what are we talking about? We're talking about Forest?
Yeah, we're talking about Forest.
My fault. That's I'll take. I got owned on that one.
Apologize to ESPN, not me.
Yeah, fuck ESPN.
ESPN is
no,
wrong.
sorry. I was thinking Sunderland. Forest is fine, but yes, Sunderland is missing a lot of players to Afcon. Okay, sorry for that tangent where I was just being ignorant.
I'll cut it out.
Next, Mason Mount. I think the leagues that have been paying attention know that Mason Mount has been like quietly doing all right the last few weeks. But he's still only owned in 48%, so there's still a chance that he's available. Only 6.25 points this game with 4 goals scored. You're a little disappointed with that, but I think in general you're kind of happy with how he's been. Yeah, he has a few good chances, and you know he's gonna have opportunities. I think that's the biggest thing. I think it's more like, you know, I think he's gonna have a lot of opportunities. He seems like he's healthy, and he's finally getting back into like really match fitness for him. So I like him. Tico, next on my list is your guy, Kevin.
I think he had a couple. Last game he didn't even come on.
He didn't even come on. I think that's the one concern with him, is that he kind of seems like he's lost his starting spot to Chukwueze, you know, or like to some of these other guys. But those guys are gone now. Iwobi, Chukwueze, they're both gone. So I think that there's a chance. I think he's more of a punt than some of the other ones, but I think you could be worth it if you're kind of desperate and maybe you don't have a high waiver claim order, and maybe you don't, you know. I think there's a chance there. Do you guys have any thoughts?
No, I like the last one, Kevin. I like the Omari Hutchinson, just knowing that who's going to going to Afcon with Sangare, so he's going to have even more opportunity. He did look good that game too, apart from putting balls in the box.
Yeah, but Sangare is more of like a holding mid, where Hutchinson's more like an outside like winger or whatever. But yeah, I think just like availability, you know, he's there. But yeah. All right, guys, do you want to look at next week? Are we gonna make a bet? Or are we gonna do something different this time?
I say we don't do a parlay.
Tico?
He said he'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, he went to go roster bait for a second.
Oy. Okay, Enzo, why don't we make a bet? Sergey, you want to join us?
I'll join.
Okay, let's not involve Tico. Maybe that'll be our magic.
Yeah, maybe that
magic
might be it.
solution. That might save us.
Whoever's playing against Wolves, I'm going with them.
Brentford.
You
like that?
Yeah, I'll go Brentford.
Do you want to know the odds?
Go on.
I'm pulling them up right now. Splits. Wolves. Yeah. I mean, they've had 2 draws. If you bet against Wolves I wonder how much money you'd have if you bet $10 against Wolves every single game this week, or every single
game this season. I think we have enough for a part
like $7 extra bucks.
Who's Burnley playing?
It's when you bet on Wolves and they win. That's when you get the money.
So Brentford is only -101, which is actually kind of good. So it's risking, you're almost getting even money for a Brentford win.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually kind of like that bet.
All right, I'll go Brentford.
Okay, Sergey?
I don't have the schedule in front of me, so you have to say the team.
Okay. Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth, Burnley, Brighton, Sunderland, Manchester City, West Ham, Tottenham, Liverpool. What do you say?
Sunderland.
Sunderland over Brighton?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I like Sunderland. They're good.
Sunderland. So it's at Brighton Stadium. So Sunderland are plus 415 on this game.
They're a good underdog team to bet on.
Okay, so that's the big one. That's the big swing game. So I'll do something safe then.
Keep space.
The City.
So at West Ham, man, you know what? I feel like West Ham didn't look that bad against Villa.
Yeah, but it's still Manchester City right now.
And Arsenal against Everton doesn't feel great either.
No,
because Arsenal's. I've not been super convinced. And where is it?
What's Leeds and Burnley? Who are they playing?
Dickinson. Burnley plays Bournemouth. I'll do Bournemouth. How about?
There you go.
All right, and Bournemouth is. Let's see here. Bournemouth is -216. Wow, that's not very good. So right now, these 3 games are plus 1,400, 1,399.
Thank you, Wolves. Thank you, Sunderland.
Pretty good. Risk 10 to win 140. Do we like it?
I like it. And if we win, Tico doesn't get to make another bet until we lose.
I like it.
That's fair.
Okay, this has been episode 117 of Draft Offsides. My name's Keith. I'm with Tico and Enzo. Follow us at Draft Offsides. And we'll see ya next week. I'm gonna place this bet. So I'm gonna do 40 to win 5 to win 5.
Can we talk about how Mystery Box pissed us off? And they only sent Keith an email to apologize?
That's so weird.
I emailed them twice.
So
asking,
essentially,
hey, 3-5 days is what it said, and
Tico,
I still haven't
we're done with the episode. We made a bet without you.
What was the bet?
Well, we're taking your money for the bet, but actually, okay. The bet is
Am I in the bet?
No,
you can participate in the bet, but you didn't get a decision in the bet.
So what's the bet?
The bet is Brentford against Wolves, which is -101.
Oh, you mean the parlay?
Yeah, we made a parlay.
Okay.
Okay, then we did Sunderland over Brighton, which is plus 415. And then we did Bournemouth over Burnley, which is -216. So it's a total of plus 1399. So risking 10 to win 160.
So Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brentford.
Bournemouth, Sunderland, Brentford. I can place it unless you want to.
No, go ahead, go for it. And then.
Cool. Oh, no, you're not part of the bet.
So you're in though.
No, I want in. Do I get a team too, or it's?
You're not part of the bet.
We've
said that if we win this bet, you don't get to partake until we lose.
Well, I mean, I could just make the bet on my end and then double down on the.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can participate in the actual money being placed, but you can't participate in the decision until we lose.
You know what? I'm gonna go the other way, and make a parlay with the opposite teams.
Do it.
I'll do it.
We're all gonna lose.
I want in on the bet.
You don't want in on the bet?
No, I want in.
Oh, you want in? Okay.
You know what this is? It's like, when with a company they collect like $10 each to buy the lotto, and one idiot goes like, "I don't want in," and then everyone quits their job except that one idiot. I don't want to be that one idiot.
I don't want to be. Okay. Hey, have you guys put your Powerball?
No. When is that? When is that being drawn? Is that drawn on Wednesdays?
Was it today? Tuesday. Is it today or Monday? It's one of those.
No,
it's 3 times a week.
I didn't even know if it's up to. Yeah, it's up to $1 billion. I didn't even know.
Yeah.
What days are Powerball drawings?
Is it Monday, Thursday, Saturday?
Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Monday,
There you
Wednesday, Saturday. So if it was drawn today, but it didn't. I'm assuming it didn't get drawn.
Hasn't been drawn yet. Drawn's around 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
If I win,
have you guys ordered the new the box jerseys, or you haven't?
No, not yet.
Do you guys want me to go to the store and buy it for the three of us?
Yeah,
I can tell you.
if it's close, yeah, if it's close by you or something. But I'm just done with like ordering it online. And
Yeah, if I'm in the area before Christmas, I'll buy it. I'll try to be
Yeah.
there. Yeah, it's not that out of the way for me.
I still have something random coming from that. It's funny because we literally were gonna do like a free promo for this company. Not that they care, because it's not like we have tons of followers or whatever.
Yeah, we're not
but,
Gary
like,
Neville.
we were literally all excited. We all like ordered one. We were gonna open them on our podcast, and they just fucked us. So now we're just not gonna do it.
It said 3 to 5 business days, and it was over 2 weeks. And I emailed them twice.
How did you
nicely.
even send
Nice
it out?
emails. Yep. Horrible.
They didn't
Absolutely
even
horrible.
like send it out.
Well,
Yeah,
you
they
gotta
hadn't
have a
even sent it
name.
out
You
yet.
gotta have
Now,
a name
who
like
knows? I
Keith
still haven't received
Dempsey
anything.
to get a fucking response. Tico doesn't get a response. Vincenzo doesn't get a response.
Dude, what are you talking about? They responded to me right away. They're like, "Hey, sorry for the whatever. We cancel your order. 3 to 5 days."
Oh no,
you'll get
they
your
did
money
that.
back."
I'm talking about the I'm sorry email that is taking so long because Gary Neville messaged us again. That email.
Is that why we like? Why does that? I don't know.
White privilege. Of course,
Thank
you
you.
wouldn't know.
Wait, what? You're saying why I got an email saying that
Yeah.
they like apologizing, and then you guys
they went down the list. Let's see who do we need to make sure doesn't
who
like.
sounds the whitest?
Yeah,
out of this list?
Vincenzo, he's not gonna go on Yelp and complain. Tegan Barcega, no, he's not gonna keep Dempsey. Now this one,
This sounds like someone's gonna
yeah.
cause a ruckus, you know.
Oh my god.
Mine's on the
that's
way.
so
I don't
funny.
know about you guys.
You're
Yours
gonna
is
get
on
a
the way?
Turkish jersey.
No, hopefully you opted out of that.
No, so what he did is he thought that the ones you're clicking on, are the ones you want to like teams from there. He didn't know that's the excluding one, so he probably clicked on like Italy, England, or like whatever.
He's not even gonna get.
That's kind of
a
funny.
fucking
Yeah.
decent team.
England, Italy, Germany. I'm gonna get like Uzbekistan jersey or something.
That'd be funny too.
That'd be funny. All right. Oh.
All right, boys, I gotta run.
Yeah, me too. I go to sleep. I gotta be at
Have a good
work.
one.
Peace.
I guess.
Turn the lights off.
He probably Tico. He's waking up at like 4 a.m. What do you expect? All right, there you guys.